It can't be helped if you've found out. Yeah, I've been cheating on you. Let's just get a divorce then.
My husband didn't seem guilty at all. He's such a jerk. I have no idea why I married this man. When I told my brother what happened, he just laughed with a big smile on his face.
Well, good for you.
What's so good about it? I was appalled at my brother's lack of delicacy, but I never thought something like that would happen.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
As I saw my husband on his knees apologizing, I recalled my brother's words. My name is Catherine, and I'm a 34-year-old housewife. My husband Simon and I have been married for 2 years. We met through work. We met when we were clients of each other's company we worked for. He is 2 years older than me and seemed very dependable. In fact, he was the one who was leading at work, and things went well thanks to him. So I thought he was cool because he was manly and good at his job. Then one day he asked me out to dinner. It was a celebration for a job well done. That brought us closer, and we started going on regular dates. After a few dates, he confessed his feelings for me, and we started dating. We continued to date steadily, and after about a year of dating, he proposed to me.
I need you, Catherine. So, will you marry me?
Yes, of course. And so we were to be married. Soon after that, we went to greet each other's parents. He was a sincere man, so my parents liked him very much. I went to greet his parents next, and they were very friendly and kind people, and they liked me too. After that, we had a dinner, so our parents could meet each other. And so, he and I got married. Many friends and people from work attended our ceremony, and I think it turned out to be a very nice one. Then, we went on our honeymoon and started living together after returning home. I enjoyed my newlywed life very much. My husband wanted me to be a housewife, so I listened and concentrated on housework. I cooked elaborate meals for my husband, who worked very hard every day. My husband eats my food every day, showing great satisfaction.
The dinner is delicious, but the lunch you made for me was also undeniably great. So many of the women at work complimented me on my lunch. They said that they can see that I'm loved.
I'll make you an elaborate lunch every day.
Yes, please. I'm looking forward to it.
I was very happy to hear my husband say that. It's especially nice to get compliments from people of the same gender. After that, I became very particular about the lunch I made for him. Every day, I made lunch boxes that were nutritionally balanced, colorful, and satisfying. I felt a sense of accomplishment from making so many nice lunches, and I began to take pictures to keep record. I look at the growing folder of photos and congratulate myself on a job well done. In this way, I supported my husband as a housewife while doing my best at housework. I hope that my lunches will give my husband strength and that he will be able to give his all in his work. That's how I spent my days. My husband works hard at his job every day. Or so I believed. 2 years have passed in the blink of an eye after living such a life. My relationship with my husband is as good as before. However, he seems to be busy at work these days, frequently working overtime, and he sometimes has to work on his days off. The only thing I can do to cheer him up is to cook him delicious food. Even if he was working on his days off, I would make him lunch. It wasn't hard at all if I thought it was for my husband. In fact, I felt like I was cheering him on, which made me happy. Then one day, my friend Brooke invited me out to dinner. My husband was working on his day off that day, and he said he was going out for drinks with his high school classmates for dinner. So I didn't have to worry about preparing dinner. My friend had been away from the country for a while on an overseas business trip, so I hadn't been able to see her very often. So I accepted her invitation just like that. My friend hadn't returned to the country for a while, so we went to eat some barbecue. I felt bad for my husband if we went to an expensive restaurant, so we went to a common chain barbecue restaurant. But my friend said it was very delicious and we had a delightful time. After all, it's nice to meet up with old friends like this. Since I got married, I've been working hard as a full-time housewife, so I didn't have so many chances to spend time with people other than my husband. So just talking with my friend was very inspiring. Besides, my friend works for a foreign company and is what you might call a career woman. I think it's cool to see her achieving results while working so freely. Brooke, you're really amazing. I feel like you're so far away from me now. What are you talking about? I think it's great that you work so hard at cooking and to keep the house in order. You always make lunch for your husband, don't you? Yes, every day without fail. That's really something. By the way, what kind of lunch do you make? I've been thinking about cooking for myself, too. Lately, I've been learning from posts online. Oh, really? I was convinced that her diligence is the reason why my friend is so successful. Well, I make things like these. I opened the folder of photo lunches in my phone and showed her. What? You made all of these? That's amazing. They're just like the ones on social media, and they look so delicious. Of course this would make your husband happy. I was happy to hear my friend say that. My hard work seems to be getting through. Of course, I was happy that my husband's coworkers were praising my efforts, but having someone I actually know praise me directly makes me feel even more confident. But then, Brooke stopped to look back at one of the photos. Wait, I think I saw the same one on social media the other day. What? No way. I've never made something by looking at someone else's recipe or photo. I thought it would be unoriginal. I think about my husband and rely on myself to make his lunch more colorful and to make a variety of foods for him. So I was very surprised at my friend's remark. Look at this! My friend showed me a post on her phone. What? This is the very lunch I made. Yeah, the lunchbox is the same as well. My friend had been searching for posts with hashtags like handmade lunch and cooking for myself on social media and adding them to her favorites, thinking of using them as a reference when she makes her own lunch in the future. She said she had no connection with the account that posted the lunch in the picture. The owner of the post was bragging that she had made the lunch. The photos were apparently taken outdoors, at a table in a park or something, and not at home. In addition, other photos also showed the same lunch as the ones I had made in the past. What does this all mean? Did it just happen that the lunchbox I use and the recipe and appearance of the lunch are exactly the same? No, such a miracle would never happen. I had a very bad thought. That is, my husband is connected to this woman, and she is taking pictures of the lunches I make for him. In that case, there is a very high possibility that my husband and this woman are having an affair. Since then, I have been keeping an eye out for the posts on this account. She had uploaded a picture of her face before, and she looks quite young, probably in her early 20s. Maybe she is a new employee at my husband's company. A week after I found this post, the account owner posted a new photo. I was out of words, because it was definitely the lunch I made for my husband that morning. The photo was captioned, "I cooked myself lunch even on my day off." This is definitely someone who is related to my husband, and it's almost certain that it's someone from the company he works with. I couldn't stop but feel lost in my feelings, so I immediately decided to go to the company where my husband worked. At a cafe right in front of his office, I carefully observed the entrance. Then I saw my husband coming out. At first, I was relieved to see him come out alone, but a few seconds later, a woman followed him out, and she tangled herself in my husband's arms. Not only was the woman entwined with my husband, but she was the owner of that account. I don't know if I was hoping for something different, but I felt a mixed up feeling of shock, and I knew it. My emotions were so jumbled up that I almost collapsed on the spot, but I did my best to keep my emotions in check. I called my friend and told her that I found out that my husband was having an affair. My friend immediately came over and comforted me. Then I got a call from my husband that he was going out for a drink tonight and didn't eat dinner. He must be with that woman. My emotions were even more messed up. I don't know what I would have done without my friend. I went into the bedroom as soon as I got home. I wanted to fall asleep before my husband got home. I took some sleeping pills and managed to fall asleep. The next morning, I woke up to find my husband lying beside me. Seeing him sleeping so comfortably, my emotions were all messed up again. I almost cried while making breakfast. Then my husband woke up at an inopportune moment.
Good morning.
I hurriedly wiped away my tears and replied without looking at him. Good morning. What time did you come home last night? I didn't notice at all.
Oh, it was around 2 o'clock.
I see.
You were sleeping like a baby.
Oh.
What are you making?
A sandwich.
Oh, that's good. I'm hungover, so I wanted something light for my stomach. I'll make you some coffee.
My husband being kind and considerate like that was making it hard for me. Who were you drinking with last night?
Who? Just a coworker from work.
Was it with a woman?
No, of course not. It was just a bunch of guys drinking together. But I get drunk more when it's like that.
That's what my husband says, laughing it off. Why are you lying?
What? Lying? I'm not lying. What's wrong, Catherine? You don't seem like yourself today.
Of course. How can I stay calm after seeing a scene like this? I said that and showed my husband a picture I took on my phone. It was a picture of my husband and that woman coming out of the office with their arms around each other. You were late last night drinking with her, weren't you? That means that you were having an affair with this person, right? I questioned my husband with tears streaming down my face. He looked at me wide-eyed, but then he sighed and smiled.
It can't be helped if you found out. Yeah, I've been cheating on you.
Why are you so brazen about it?
Because I don't have to hide it anymore. Let's just get a divorce. She's young and pretty, and I fell in love with her at first sight. I'll leave you and remarry her.
My husband didn't seem guilty at all. He's such a jerk. I have no idea why I married this man. No, why couldn't I see the true nature of this man? I was so frustrated. I ran out from the house that instant. But even though I left, I had nowhere to go. So I went back to my parents' house. My parents were not home, but my brother was. Hey, why are you here?
I'm house-sitting for them.
House-sitting? I hadn't seen my brother for a long time. My brother was a business owner and a man who traveled around overseas. He was always very busy. He was unable to attend our family meeting before our marriage, and he was only able to attend the first part of our wedding because he had to fly overseas. He was such a busy man that it had been a long time since I had seen him properly. Where are Mom and Dad?
Actually, I gave them a trip to Hawaii to celebrate their 40th wedding anniversary, so I'm staying here with my wife while they're away. My wife's at the hair salon right now. Anyway, what brings you to your parents' house all of a sudden?
My brother asked, and I remembered that I came here after a fight with my husband. Actually, when I told my brother what happened, he just laughed with a big smile on his face.
Well, good for you.
I didn't understand why my brother was laughing and acting all cheerful about it. What's so good about it?
Okay, I'm sorry. But you were right to leave a guy like that. I'll take care of the rest.
What? He said that out of the blue. I was appalled at my brother's lack of delicacy, but I never thought something like that would happen. I stayed at my parents' house that day, and I enjoyed the delicious home-cooked food my sister-in-law had prepared. About 3 days later, my husband suddenly came to my parents' house. I was at home with my brother and sister-in-law and was surprised to see my husband on the intercom. What on earth do you want? I don't want to talk to you. I said to my husband as I opened the door. Then he suddenly got down on his knees.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
What? What is this?
If you don't forgive me, I'm going to be in big trouble.
Saying that, my husband rubbed his forehead on the floor. Seeing my husband on his knees apologizing, I recalled my brother's words. Did something happen?
What do you think happened, huh? I'm about to get fired.
What? Why?
Don't play dumb. Why didn't you tell me your brother is the president of Raven Solutions?
What? Raven Solutions? My brother's company is not that big. That's why I was so surprised to hear him say that. Then my brother's wife added that he had taken over the company last year at the request of the previous president. I hadn't seen my brother and his wife for a long time, so I had no idea about his recent situation. His company is an important client of the company where my husband works. According to the story, my brother told the president of my husband's company about the whole situation. Moreover, my husband's affair partner was apparently the daughter of the president of the company. My husband was serious about their relationship, but for her it was just a fling. But it didn't matter what it was. The fact that my husband had an affair with the daughter of the president of the company he works for, and betrayed the sister of the president of an important client company was enough to bring him down socially. It was more than enough to get him fired. And although he would never be forgiven, my brother told my husband that if he apologized to me, he could ask his president to withdraw his dismissal. That was why he came to apologize to me. I despised him for apologizing so desperately just to save his own skin. I will never forgive you. Go to hell. With these words, I kicked him out of the house.
Catherine, please, save me. We loved each other so many times, didn't we?
My husband says all kinds of convenient things, one after the other. If you keep on staying there, I'll call the police. When I said that, he ran away in a hurry, as if he realized it was a bad idea. After that, I divorced my husband through an attorney and filed for alimony against him and the affair partner. My husband could not escape from his layoff, and is now working as a part-timer while trying desperately to pay back the alimony. Of course, there was no way he could be seen attractive as a part-timer with debts, and the affair was just for fun, so he was dumped by the woman immediately. Meanwhile, I decided to go back to my parents' house and start job hunting. I often serve home-cooked meals to my parents, and they tell me that they are very delicious. The cooking skills I've acquired during my marriage will come in handy in the future, so I want to sustain my skills. I've never thought of doing it before, but I'm now thinking of posting pictures of my daily lunches and their recipes on social media. At any rate, now that I've gotten rid of the lousy man in my life, I'm going to do more and more of the things I like to do for myself. He's a really lousy husband for sneaking around happily and having an affair and changing his attitude like that right after he gets caught. You can never get away with doing something wrong. I was surprised that Catherine found out about the affair from an unexpected place, and I'm glad that she was able to bring her husband to justice. I hope she will continue to get along with her brother, parents, and friends, and find new happiness in the future. Thank you for watching to the end. Please subscribe to our channel if you liked our story. See you in the next video.